If you've asked me a question in the last couple of days, stay tuned. Your answer's coming up next. Welcome back. Christine Byer here, licensed esthetician for 20 years. Still loving it. Anyway, I was wanting to answer some of your questions. By the way, if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe if you find my content valuable. You can also sign up. We have giveaways on Christine Byer Aesthetics on Instagram. And we also do that on my Facebook page as well, Christine Byer Aesthetics. So go over there and sign up if you want to be entered, and keep a lookout for that monthly giveaway because we change it up every month and it's always fun to win. All right, so I receive questions about products and devices all the time, and I can really speak I've used a lot of devices and a lot of modalities and a lot of products over my almost 21 years in the business. So I wanted to answer some of these questions. These are more specific to products that I sell. So here goes. A Caradondo 8 asks, what is a good product to help with dark spots in the hollows under my eyes? Dark circles under the eyes can be caused by many different things, but generally I suggest people do fascia release. I suggest I like microcurrent under the eye because it will thicken up the skin a little bit. And that's really what happens as we get older, is that skin underneath our eye really thins out. And so any blueness or capillary action we've got going on will really be visible. So what we need to do is thicken up the skin over. I've seen different pretty invasive procedures used to get rid of those, but if there's a hereditary component to it, they're not going anywhere. It's pretty difficult. One of my favorite products that I feel like has helped me quite a bit, and I noticed when I first started using this, I don't know, 5 years ago, that it really gave me some nice plumpness under the eye that I just didn't expect to return. So this is NeoGenesis Eye Serum, and they just did this new packaging which I think is super cute. You can still see how much you have left, which is nice, and you basically just pump out. That's about a half a pump, and I can't put this on right now because I have eye makeup on. And then you divide that into your 2 fingers, and you will just pat in underneath the eye and above the eye. And this is done twice a day on clean skin. I hate to waste this stuff. I'm gonna put it on my hands. And so NeoGenesis is an adult human stem cell based line, and they get their stem cells from donors, not from babies or anything crazy like that. But that has 10% of the stem cell releasing molecules in it. So it's a very gentle yet active product. And Dr. Greg, who started NeoGenesis, he has a background in ophthalmology as well as stem cell science. So most of the products are so gentle, you can put them right over the eyelids. And I love that because when doesn't this part stop aging? It never stops aging. And I can actually look at my mom and tell if she's run out of her NeoGenesis Eye Serum or not, because this is bagging and sagging. And I'm like, Mom, let me get you some more eye serum. So yeah, you can do that. What else works really well underneath here? I would say, the Timemaster Pro. Anything that thickens up the skin is going to make that skin look better. And I also like doing the 4 corners release. I'll put a link to a video where I do release work around the eye in a gentle way so that all the lymph that collects while we look at our devices and go about our day, we can really work that out and get better circulation to the area, which always helps with puffiness and makes the eyes look better, period. I think it's a combination of lymphatic drainage, a device, and a really good eye serum that's going to help that look its best. And if none of that works, you can always do color correcting under eye concealer. And so usually if there's blueness there, you need something with some pink, salmon, orange, an orangey color. Blue and orange cancel each other out, or they're actually opposite on the color wheel, so that really helps. I actually have to do that because I'm pretty veiny, as you can tell. All right, so what's our next question? So Sparkle Silver Lights asks, what skin tone do you recommend for the sun cushion? Are there colors to choose from? Sadly, not yet. So the sun cushion that is Korean, and true to Korean fashion, they usually have a very poor selection of skin tones, but this is a self-adjusting SPF 50 that stays put. Oh, I love this stuff. It's a tinted sunscreen, it's a sun cushion, and so it blurs, and it's just a lovely, lovely product. It really stays put. And this is good for skin tones 1 through 3 out of the 6 of the Fitzpatrick scale. Now, they have been sending me lab samples of deeper depths. This one's still pretty light, but the first one they sent me was really orange, and I was like, look, no. So they sent me this. This is a recent one, and it's way less orange. So unfortunately, yes, there's only one skin tone right now, and it covers ranges 1 through 3 on the Fitzpatrick scale. Jill Betty says, what is your surgeon telling you about microcurrent after you healed? So for those of you who don't know, I had surgery where they did a chin implant, neck liposuction. They did a mid and lower facelift so that I could get a jawline, because I've never had a jawline, not through my 20s, my 30s. I've always complained about it. It's just my anatomy. So my doctor's telling me, they don't tell you anything. I asked her about LED because, I love LED for healing. And she said, not before the sutures come out. So my sutures have been out for a couple weeks now, and I had been doing LED, but really my skin is so tight, and it's numb and kind of hurts through here still. It's I'm going on almost 6 weeks, and let me tell you, surgery is not for everybody. And my ears hurt quite a bit. I've been having sort of shooting pains through here that come and go, and I know they tell me that everything's sort of shifting around as it heals, and it's not horrible. It doesn't happen all the time, or I would be concerned. But yeah, I think I'll start doing microcurrent again as soon as this neck, and I don't know if you can see through here, this is still kind of pretty bulby. This is the side she had to go back in and restitch up. So I think once I can see that all the swelling has gone down, I've still got some swelling through here. Once all the swelling is gone, I will get back busy doing microcurrent. I want to lift my eyes. They didn't do anything above my eyes, so I want to lift my eyes and get back into that. Okay, so Nisik says, recovery can be layered underneath any skin products, right? So this is a big bottle of recovery, which is also by NeoGenesis. It's very water-like in consistency. Well, actually, they have an updated bottle now that looks a lot like this. Geez, I was showing you my old bottle. It's actually like this. So this is a 30 ml, and it comes out, you gotta so that's about a drop or two, and it comes out very watery. So you can do about a half a pump, and then I would probably do it right into your fingers and then slather it. I like to do it right on my face, but the dropper was easier to do that with. You do 4 to 6 drops, and then you let that absorb. It'll be about 30 to 60 seconds, and it'll just be gone. Just sucks right into your skin. And then you can put on any other product. So this is basically your first step, because it's 70% active ingredients of the stem cell releasing molecules from NeoGenesis. So you want this to be the first thing. This is like your serious anti-aging serum. And so you want it to be the very first thing on your skin, so your skin uses that up, and then you go on to your next step. Okay, what is the next question? Alara, AA, it's a bunch of A's and then Laura. She says, so aloe vera is not good because it doesn't contain minerals, and she's referring to conductive gel. Aloe vera does have minerals. I mean, it is a natural product, and so it's going to have a blend. It's going to have a profile of minerals in it. It's just that some people can be allergic to straight up aloe vera, and it can be drying on some skins. So you really have to, I prefer a product that's tried and true as a conductive gel, and it's not going to give you that, oh no, I've just forced this product into my face for the last 40 minutes and now I'm having a reaction. You don't want that. You want something that's tried and true. So my HydroLift, this is a product I've been working with for many, many years, and I decided to bring it to market so that others can experience what a soothing, calming, conductive gel feels like. And so you're still going to get a ton of conductivity. And there is aloe vera in here. It's just that it is worked into the formula. There are no wild cards with this. And this also has azulene, which is a blue flowering plant that is known for its soothing properties. So because I've used this for so many years and it's just a great formula, I like putting something on my face and clients' faces and then doing devices that penetrate that product, and I know this is a clean product and it's also a product that people don't have reactions to, and so I prefer that rather than going straight up aloe vera, because there's always that wild card. Poison ivy is natural. So natural products have their downsides. Anyway, if you do a patch test and you are 100% fine with aloe vera using it on your face, there's nothing that says you can't. It has minerals in it, but I prefer something that's tried and true. But it's always up to you. You can even use just straight up mineral water, but it's not going to do much to hydrate the skin. It's not going to do much to push nice active ingredients into the skin. So I want to take that opportunity to push something really nutritious into the skin so that the skin can go to work and repair. The whole reason I use these devices is so to get a reaction out of the skin and help it turn over, look younger, right? So I want to give it some nice raw materials to do that. So Zoracha asks, do you think it's best to start microcurrent young or wait until loose skin has become an issue? Oh no, we don't want to wait. We do not want to wait. Yeah, once you have loose skin, that's, then you need to do heat-based modalities to start to shrink up the tissue, because we sort of outgrow our skin over time. So in our 20s, we don't really notice much. 30s, still not too much, but we're losing bone, we're losing fat pad. All of that is degrading over the years. And so the skin that we have and the muscles, everything sort of can become saggier and stretch out. But the foundation underneath is sort of melting away so slowly, like over the decades. And so we want to sort of keep up with that. We want to start microcurrent. Microcurrent's great because it gives us panoramic collagen production, and it also plumps up our muscles to give us a little extra layer of volume. And so as we start to lose volume, and this is why I think it's so popular, because it gives you a panoramic layer of volume throughout your skin, right? Yes, you have to keep doing microcurrent. I'm sorry, it's like working out. But yeah, it's still one of the best things for anti-aging. It gives you that microcurrent glow. And I think as we age, it's a nice weapon against that loss of volume. So yes, I would start early I started doing microcurrent in my 30s. So I would start early rather than later. I would not wait for loose skin to appear. So Michelle asks, I'm confused on how to use the Timemaster Pro. I know you're only supposed to do it a couple times a week, but what if you want to do different colors for different reasons? Can you do a daily different color? So the Timemaster Pro, it's a Korean-made ultrasound unit, and it's made to be used 10 minutes twice a week. Yes, you can use it more than that, but it heats the tissues just ever so slightly. And this is 5 watts. It's not going to melt fat in the face or anything. I get these same questions over and over and over. So no, it will not melt the fat in your face. It's a handheld unit that only has 5 watts of power. However, it still packs the punch. And this ultrasound, and it has the LED colors, and this is what she's talking about. So in this, we have red, blue, green. You can turn it off, which is nice, so no LED. All colors, or all colors flashing. I'm sorry about that. I know there's some of you that have problems with bright lights. So I always do this, all colors flashing, because LED really is absorbed better, or more LED is absorbed when it's pulsed. Now, does a continuous flow, that does not negate all your continuous flow devices out there. If you have something that you put straight up on your skin and it's just on, no problem. You're still going to absorb quite a bit of LED. No issues there. But really, because it's pulsed, studies have shown that more LED gets absorbed from a pulsed device. So that is why I always use this on all colors flashing. And it does suck up the juice of the battery faster, so you may only get 4 uses out of a full charge rather than more. So yeah, that's the way I use it on clients. I'll put some goggles over them so that the flashing light doesn't bother them, and I just go. So really, I know people want to use all the different colors, but if you use all the colors on flashing, you will get the benefits of all the colors in every treatment that you do it. So I would not worry about the colors, because all LED is very nourishing to the skin and helps with cellular turnover. It's like photosynthesis for plants. And the plant's not saying, can I separate out only this color from the sun spectrum? No, you can use them all colors flashing, and you're going to get all the benefits from that. I get that question a lot, but really I would rather, I love the flashing aspect of that, because it really does add a lot to that treatment. And if you don't have an LED, and say you got a bruise or you had surgery or something and you've got some swelling, you can still hover that LED, hover this unit like above the skin with using the LED, but close to the skin, but above it, and use the LED, and it will take down some of the swelling. My sister had under eye bleph, where they took out some of the fat padding here, and I said, well, just take your Timemaster Pro and use it under your eye, but not with the ultrasound. And she's like, wow, it really took down the swelling. My sister is like the A1 non-believer. She puts me to the test all the time. Yeah, LED is great. It's for anti-inflammatory purposes. It's very helpful after surgery. If you get a bruise, it's great at helping to break that down before, rather than carry that bruise around for 2 weeks, it will last a week. Okay, so Catherine Nordstrom asks, is it recommended to use a glide gel when using the Anma, or can it be used without? So the Anma, this is a gua sha tool, was developed by Jane Mann, who tweaked the design, and she added some special things to this design. And it's just a very ergonomic way of releasing etched facial expressions that etch into our face, and that tight fascia in your muscles. Gua sha is just, it's a scraping massage, Chinese scraping massage. So I tell people to start out very light with this, and when you're using it very lightly, if you're in a cool room that's not too humid, you're not gonna get stuck, right? So here it's pretty cool in here, and I have a little bit of makeup on. So I like people to learn how light to use it, because the fascia is like this 3D spider web. And if you skip over the very superficial fascia, the fascia that's wrapped around that wrinkle, it's not going to release. But if you go too deep too soon, you're going to get nice circulation and you may feel better. But as the circulation returns to normal and everything tightens back up, that deep wrinkle is going to stay there. That fascia is still wrapped around it. So you can use massage lotion or grapeseed oil or something light that agrees with your skin. Absolutely. As you go deeper, you can use something for slip and glide. You can use this in the shower if that's easier. I always tell people, leave this on your nightstand, put it in the shower, put it somewhere you're going to see it so that you'll use it on a regular basis. Learning to use it at the lightest pressure, I would say no glide gel. But as you go deeper, absolutely. You can use a glide gel, the NeoGenesis Glide Gel, or you can use any sort of oil that agrees with your skin. So the last question is from Wendy, and she says, I haven't been able to find any information on how to use the Anma for body sculpting. Any suggestions? Well, if you look up, and I have some information here, you basically want to go towards lymph drainage on the body, and then where there are muscles, you'll want to go with the grain of the muscle and then against the grain of the muscle. Now, it just depends on where you're using it, but I would start out really simple, like a star formation, where it's kind of like microneedling, where you go up and down, you go laterally, and then you do the diagonals. So that way you are sort of erasing the stuck fascia in all these different directions, right? Now, don't overdo the body. I can tell you that there's another blaster type device that I've seen people really ruin some of their fascia, like on their upper legs and that kind of stuff. I think the gal was sued for it because she used to say, "Oh, go for a level 10, pain." And I think that's all been straightened out now. But really, to return skin tone to like the inner thighs. I have a client, she's a runner, and she's like, I just use this guy on my inner thighs, and she just goes with the grain. It's just increasing circulation and that microcirculation to the area, and that is anti-aging gold. And so anytime you can get more circulation to that thinner, flabbier skin, it's wonderful for it. And so if you do it consistently, it is definitely going to thicken up that skin and make it move the lymph and make it look much better. So I think once you do that, then you can use the other side and sort of push it. You're basically always going towards the heart when you do lymph drainage. So you'd be on the sides of the body. There are a bunch of lymph nodes in the groin area. So it just depends on what area you're using. I don't really specialize in body treatments, but I've seen them over the years, and I've done them over the years at spas where I've worked and stuff. So I think you just have to learn the anatomy of the area that you're working on. And so if you could post and be more specific about what area you want to work on, I can do another video where I answer questions more specifically to the body part you want to help. Okay, so that's all the questions I have right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye now.